everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Faybala Five, our Dungeons and Dragons campaign on the network at bicbp-radio.com. Thank you, everyone that has been tuning in and listening to the old backlogged episodes. Our audio episodes have been kicking ass right now, guys. Thank you so much for everyone checking this out and listening to us. I know right now they haven't gotten up to the Faybala 5 group in audio yet, but our YouTube views are actually jumping up. I'm starting to see that small growth of trend, and it is exciting. And I know that everyone that is putting effort into this and everyone that is watching this, and I'm sure someone out there is sharing it, thank you so much. If you want to do something really big for us that can really make an impact, please head on over to YouTube, give us a like, give us a share, follow, and then please go on over to our social media, Facebook and Instagram. Give us a like and follow. Those numbers are going to matter. And then, of course, as always, whether you're listening this to via Spotify or iTunes, leaving those reviews does matter. That can really help us in the long run. So I'm through with that. We do have some sponsorship from Oogie Games because of the podcast precinct. I'm gonna let my players drop those in sparingly throughout the episode. It's up to you guys. Apart from that, also, one last thing. You like us, you want to try and help support us. Apart from liking it, you kind of want to own something that can connect us. We have a Teespring. Got some t-shirts there. Some of our players designed those, as well as a Faybala 5 one coming soon when we find a way to make it look as badass as possible. I know we have the bonus action hide, the warlock, and the dark side of the die up. I've been throwing those up on the overlays. Got some new designs going. So please check those out. Get some merch, and let's get into this. So last time we left off, we had some startling revelations made from our players. Howard had quite some time traveling to a distant land or place that he may or may not know of, may or may not tie into his character. Who knows? He saw a premonition of an omen to come with a red comet streaking through the sky in one of his dreams. The players went over to... You guys went over and met up with Glim over at the Spell Swords, collecting a cool little mace, as well as some gold that he may or may not have overly promised. And lastly, one of our greatest aha moments finally revealed is that our group druid has slowly evolved and begun his path into witch doctory. We pick up there the next morning after the players had stayed at the mansion and made their way throughout the town. Azoth, you did collect moss for Relias from his alchemist lab in the forest. You didn't find his assistant. It did look like there was someone that was there, but the place had also been looted. You don't know by who. You guys had come back. You had come back to the town. Went straight back to the mansion, met with everyone. You guys woke up the next morning, and if I'm not mistaken, we were making our way through or past Lady Luna's house. And I don't believe you had gone back to the alchemist's shop, the apothecary. So, what do you guys wish to do? As you walk by Lady Luna's house and you see the guards now out in front have kind of posted guard, it looking like it's under a little bit more secure. Oh, yes, also, big thing too. When you guys had tried to go back and settle for more gold from Glimpuck, you found that Trail's body was missing from Lady Luna's basement. That was a big one. That being said, you guys are walking by our house. You now see spell swords, more of a guarded barricade against the door or by the door to make sure that it doesn't look like anyone is invited in. What do you guys want to do?
I first want to bring up that we also got the mansion. The mansion was part of our payment.
Yes.
So we have a house. That was a big thing for me last week.
Yes, I am so sorry. Yes, you guys got a
It's
house
okay.
now too.
But I have no idea what we want to do here.
You guys also have a mansion. Yes. Glim was going to speak to the high council of Brianspell to vouch as part of payment for you guys to help bring down the spell siphons.
Yeah.
Now, refresh the viewer's memory because I remember, but our people watching might not have. What were we trying to get into Luna's house last time we left off, or what?
We still haven't spoken with her. I know this wasn't a focus of Remus's, but we wanted to understand more of what was going on with Jarell from her side of things and see what was going down.
Gotcha.
Is that pretty close, Azoth?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
So,
well.
We should probably find out, see if she's awake yet. It's been a little while. I also do want to pop my head into the apothecary just to make sure that what I dropped off last night has gotten where it needed to go. So if we want to swing by there, I don't know if any of you guys need to pick up anything, maybe restock up on any stuff if we're heading out.
Yes, I can always restock up on some potions. We actually ended up using the last of them this last go round.
Okay. So
All
we can
right.
Head on over there.
All right, you guys head on over to the apothecaries place. You head on over to the apothecary shop, and you see Relias is in there working, a little hunched over, got his graying hair. And
oh, thank you. I've seen you've collected the moss for me. Did you find Chakra?
He wasn't anywhere to be seen, and inspection on the grounds appears that it had been ransacked.
Ransacked? I haven't been there in quite some time. It's been a couple of weeks. Do you, by chance, could you tell what ransacked it?
Definitely seemed like there was somebody in there who was looking through notes and whatever devices were being tinkered with. It's hard to tell what was taken, not knowing what was there, but definitely looked like somebody was there with a purpose.
Purpose? I don't know. I'll have to make my way there to see exactly what was missing. Thank you. I appreciate this. And here's a little something for your trouble. Thank you.
and he hands over a wrapped little pouch as a token for bringing back some moss.
I have it's kind of a little bit of a healing salve that I use with some of the moss that I've collected. It's all about mixing in these berries, and he starts to explain that it takes there's a couple magical berries that you could find in the nature, and kind of let you know they're almost like almost like a raspberry in look, but you can tell because the fibers on it are bright purple. And you smash it up and mix it with the moss, and you can use it to kind of like patch up and almost like gauze on a wound. And it's essentially a potion of healing, just a straightforward one. Here, and it's wrapped up in this like little almost like cheesecloth, kind of like wrapped up and like with the twine. Here you go. Thank you. I appreciate this. The vial you dropped off will last for a while for me now.
Okay. Oh, and these are my friends. They want to purchase some things.
Yes. Hello. What can I do for you all?
You guys notice that the shop is a little cluttered full with jars full of different herbalistic remedies of different types of mosses and ground up powders and salves, and you see some gooey, smeary liquid. There's a couple vials with different fluids in it swirling around. There's a whole counter that's full of jars of dead bugs and weird insects and stuff. What can I help you with? What are you guys doing?
Well, what do you have for sale? What's your
We have
entire
a-
catalog?
The entire catalog. It's kind of what you see is what you get. As he looks around the place, we have healing. We have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of poison, a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of rare, a little bit of common.
All right. Well, I will take. How much are your healing potions going for?
Healing potions. I really don't have any potions. It's more of this mossy berry mash that I craft together with the mortar and pestle. For the time it goes into it, about 50 gold piece per application, and takes roughly about half hour for me to mix it up. That's for you also to know.
All right.
I have prepared. I could probably, with enough components, especially with what your friend brought from last night, I could probably make about 6 of them.
6 for 200, and you got yourself a deal.
I'm sorry, but 6 would be 300.
Yes. Yes, that's what I said. 200.
You're funny. I like you, but not that much. 100 gold is 100 gold.
That is true. What if I gave you certain ingredients that might help you along the way with your
Like
healing salves?
Like?
I go into my little bag and I pull out these little weird looking flakes. I hear if you mix these in, it could help with a hallucinogenic type of effect where if somebody's going crazy, it might help out with mental stability.
Would you
I
be
also
willing
have
to
this-
to test that out so I could properly believe you?
Oh yes, here you go. And I hand him the little piece.
No, I
Test
mean,
it out by all means.
oh no, I'd like you to test it out just so I trust it.
Oh, I mean,
I
I
don't know
could
what this
totally
is.
test it out. No, you're fine. I could totally test it out, but you won't be able to experience what I'm experiencing.
All right. He looks a little cautious. Doesn't want to reach forward. He's like,
If it makes you feel better, I'll do one with you.
I think you both should do it.
make persuasion check.
Yes.
Howard, I think that was your god. I don't know where that voice came from.
Persuasion. What's my
Did Remus say that out loud?
Yeah.
It's 18 persuasion.
His insight's low on this one. It's a good modifier, but it's just rolled low. All right. He takes one of the flakes from you. Waiting for you.
Cheers, mate. Waiting for him.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Now, I also have, and I reach into my bag as, like, I don't know how quickly it starts to hit me, but the special blue sand as well
Oh God.
that I picked up from an ancient land far away.
Really? Please.
I'm willing to part with a little bit of that for you if we can get all 6 of those potions for 150.
The dream flakes are disadvantage on what is it on? Complete. Yeah.
No, all you do is you just see into the ethereal plane.
Okay. It's the scene to the ethereal plane. Okay.
Yep.
Not for 150, but he's starting to see. You can see he's looking a little distracted. He's like, it's like that scene in Deadpool
Mhm.
where he's like, wait, what's going on? He's
Yeah.
kind of getting distracted. 200, please. That's nothing more is necessary.
Alrighty, you have yourself a deal.
Okay, and
$200
he
for
just
6?
he's looking a little like ditzy, like goes over and grabs a pouch, hands you over, grabs a pouch and hands over a. Oh wait, no, he has got to make them. My bad. 200 as he's just trying to get just confused and he's waiting for payment as he's looking around at these little shapes.
I'll dig in my little pouch, I guess, and pull out the 200 gold.
Okay.
I'll slowly set it on the side for him.
Looks down at it, quickly just he's got a another pouch he puts it into, cinches it off. Come back in. Oh man.
I'm gonna like
5
walk back
hours.
towards
5
I walk
hours.
Back, while he's like staring off wherever.
He's
I'm
just
gonna
like
kinda walk
he's
back
just
towards Remus.
confused. All right.
I'm gonna lean into Remus real quick and like quietly whisper to him. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna telepathically talk to him because I have that.
You guys see the shopkeeper just like, oh, can I
I'm
help anyone
gonna-
else?
So Remus, this would totally be your time if you want to shop for something like those cool. Whoa, what is that? Sorry. Yes, if you want to shop for something, just grab. This is your time. He's distracted. You're welcome.
All right.
Can I just kind of be like peeking around behind the counter? I want to see this stuff that he's hiding behind the good stuff.
Make it a investigation check as you're peeking around trying to.
I would also like to be like casing the room for the good stuff. Like what he has on display, at least, like the best looking thing out here.
You'd be perception check unless you're gonna start peeking around and start moving around. Are you just doing a quick like look around and look, or are you starting to
I'll be
peruse?
like I'll be perusing the whole time Howard's talking to him. I'm just shouting.
Investigation. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like he.
Yes. Azoth. He's like, did you need anything else? And as he begins to like try to focus on someone that he knows, that like he knows you better than these guys, and he's trying to not be distracted.
So I'll start talking to him and say, what was the giant buzzing noise that I heard when I was at the lab? I didn't see anything, but I heard a loud buzzing noise.
Giant bees. I wish I was being not as literal, but giant beans, big stingers, kill you instantly.
Would they call them murder hornets per se?
I would call him a murder hornet.
I got a 16 for investigation.
I got a 14.
14. You can see underneath where he goes to like tuck underneath the counter and like kind of hang a sack of money. Now there is just empty glass bottles, almost like milk bottles, like individual milk bottles that are all dried. And at the bottom, there's this dry red cakey material. But there is about a 1.5 foot long tree branch of sorts underneath, tucked up to like above directly where he is in front of, like right up like to the top of the count, like to the top of the ledge, like or the gap.
It's his hidden shotgun.
Essentially.
I
that,
thought the same exact thing.
Yeah. There's about a 1.5 foot long like stick of sorts. You can't tell much more with that.
You must get the stick.
All right, I'm going to cast guidance on myself quickly,
Okay.
and I'm going to make a sleight of hand check to grab the stick.
I'll say this is not roughly. This is the counter in front of him. It starts at the edge of when you walk in and goes down, almost like a bar style, and it is 12 feet long, like kind of deep. So you're
The stick or the counter?
the counter in total. So around the one edge to where the stick is and where he's standing in front of, it's 8 feet away or so.
Okay. Can I like walk underneath it comfortably, or is there just stuff everywhere?
You could you're short enough that behind the counter you're hidden, but there is the gnome up.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, no, not gnome. He's a wood elf. There's the wood elf that is standing over there. So he is standing there. So you can make a stealth check and try and sneak by him, but he is standing behind the counter talking to Azoth right now.
I'll go for it.
Say I'm also gonna join in and help like distract him and keep his like attention solely on us. Advantage for things.
Sure.
Yeah.
17 get me there.
Do you think you're pretty stealthy? You're pretty stealthy. You feel hidden. There is moments where being a patron to the moon has its benefits. Where moon can cast great light in darkness, the moon has the ability to also cast a shadow. So You feel the shadow from the moon from the opposite end of the planet just kind of crevice and cover you just slightly more right now.
All right. And I'm going to try to take it.
Make a sleight of hand check.
I will be adding my D4 to this one.
Yes.
What things interest you, by the way, Remus, while you're looking around? What things interest you? What kind of things would?
22.
Like, I'm looking for, like, magic things or, like, daggers and short swords. Not daggers? Necessarily books, but, like, if a title catches my eye, maybe.
Okay. You see 2 daggers. One is behind Relias on a shelf behind him on the edge, and it's kind of about 1.5 feet above him to the back.
Okay.
On a plain shelf, and you see it tilted. It looks like a finely crafted, just like a steel like a basic dagger, but in the palm of or in like the crossguard, like a little bit where that would be.
Mm-hmm.
The hilt, there is a red garnet. The second dagger, you turn over and peek as you open up a jewelry box of sorts that's got runes in one compartment. You pull out another one, and there's a bunch of gemstones. You pull another one out, and there is this collection of mushrooms growing, Mario style, with like the red cover, the red caps with a bunch of the little white dots. You close that, pull out the next one, and there is a miniature dagger that's roughly two inches in width and about an inch, 2 inches long, about like a little like half an inch width. It's roughly about the size of like an arrowhead, but it looks like a little tiny dagger.
Huh. I'm gonna try and just sleight of hand that into my pocket.
Yeah, make sleight of hand check. Let's see.
Wasted my nat 20 on that. It was literally the size of an arrowhead. Like, I'm going to take the box next, but I wanted to make sure I got this separated from it.
Jewelry box is it's like about like a foot tall, half a foot wide, and you're just like pulling open like drawers. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put it in my backpack.
You're gonna satchel it. Okay. But so this little arrowhead, you go right in a little pocket, tucked in right between some padded of armor. You have a little arrowhead dagger. Who knows what that is?
I don't yet.
Yep. Finks.
One moment.
Can I attempt to satchel the box, I guess?
Satchel the box. Make a really stealthy sleight of hand check because this is going to be a little more harder.
Oh, God.
Now, before when last episode, when you were given the 1,400 gold, I described it as like a bag of holding, but it's not a bag. It's not like a sack size. It's more or less a coin purse of holding. That's,
Yeah.
So you're trying to satchel this like a normal satchel.
No, I'm trying to put this in like my backpack. Yeah.
Okay, your backpack. All right, sleight of hand that.
21.
You're pretty stealthy. You feel Howard and Azoth got this. I could pocket this. This goes in the backpack. Pull out, sling out the backpack. And the minute you go, you hear Relias, excuse me. What would you be doing there?
I cast prestidigitation and make a rattling noise at the end of the counter farthest away from him.
You mean thaumaturgy?
Wait, hold on. Let me double check. That's what I was double checking. I was like, I don't know the spell, but I want to get it off.
Quick fire spells.
Yeah.
Quick fire cantrip. So during this interaction, while Finks, you have snuck next to Relias's legs. You go to sneak your hand out, and you go to grab this. Are you grabbing it by your hand, or are you doing anything else other than?
I'm going to grab it by my hand, and then if I'm successful, I wanted to replace it with the broken short bow I got at the mansion. just so there's something still there. Maybe
Love
Indiana
it.
Jones style. I don't know.
Perfect. You go to swap out, you palm out the you palm it out into your hand, and as you just kind of slip over and just set it there. What did you roll?
22.
22. Easy enough. You flip it, and you go to pull it back, slip it in, and you creep out from behind the counter as Relias is completely distracted by the ethereal little shapes, and he's trying to discern what's happening with Remus in the other end of the shop.
Which it is I don't have thaumaturgy, I have prestidigitation, but you can do like little sounds and stuff.
Little
too.
sounds? Okay.
So it would be like a little crash, or like a scurrying and crash over on the other side. Like maybe a rat or a raccoon had fallen.
I found like over next to him?
No, like further across the room, because you said it was like a 12-foot wide counter,
Yeah,
right?
12-foot wide
Yeah.
counter, yes.
So like 10 or so feet, like
By the door end.
He's basically trying
Away
to get
from
him to
me.
turn his head. Yeah.
Yeah,
look
okay.
away.
Got it.
Wait for me
Yeah.
too.
Like we both looked that way at the same time to see what the hell just that was.
Yeah, okay. So in the motion of Finks sneaking away from around the counter and the sound of prestidigitation of this rattling noise of a trinket falling, he quickly turns around and then looks around at some of the animals, and he's like, and just looks down. What was that? What was that? Can I help you all with anything else?
I have a question.
Yes.
Oh, Azoth, did you have a question for your friend?
Did you you put the chest back, right?
No, it's in my backpack.
You're gonna pocket the backpack? Okay.
Wait, what?
You're gonna or
I
you're
imagine
you're
I have a very-
backpacking.
I have a very square backpack right now.
Yes. Fair enough. You put it.
So I'm gonna ask him about the dagger behind the counter.
Yes. This is a nice, finely crafted dagger. I had purchased it from an adventuring group and it passed by here quite a few years now. No one's had enough gold to purchase it. I don't really know what it does, but the gem is absolute. 1,200 gold for it.
May I? Not that I can't pay that, but may I see it to make sure that gem is real, sir?
Can you provide the? Yes, why not? You've already spent some money here.
And he grabs the dagger and hands it over to you, and it is a basic dagger with a gem. You can make a insight check.
I don't
guess.
really care if it is or not.
Yeah.
I want to use it to make a deception check on him
Okay.
and try and get a cheaper price for how much it might be worth.
Okay.
So here
Go for it.
goes nothing. Sir, I truly hate to be the one to tell you this, but this gem is an imposter. It is not real. You've been duped. Sorry.
Really? How do you? How can you tell?
Well, I'm an expert of daggers. I pull out Kevin the key knife.
I see.
So I'm sorry to tell you it's not worth much, but because you've been such a good friend to us and given us a great deal on these health potions as well, I'd like to. It's for your troubles. I don't know how much you paid them, but you're asking 1,400, and it's not worth more than a few hundred. I'll give you 500.
I did pay about 800 for that. It'd be hard to let it go for anything less, just for the pure fact of a total loss. If you like it well enough and you feel that you could put it to better use, would 800 work?
What about 500 and the blue sand I offered earlier? It's very exotic.
Howard, no, he doesn't want this. Well, it is, sir. I won't lie to you. I will be very forthright in this because you are such a good man. The sand, it's not for everyone. I highly, highly warn you now never to touch it or have it opened in your presence. But it is highly valuable, and also very
Blue.
rare. It is blue too.
Very good.
Curious about it.
I
I-
warn you, sir, you do not want to open it.
Duly noted. I don't know what may be used up with it, so I'll call. Let's do it.
Oh, I can help
500 gold
I'll tell you.
and the blue sand.
Thank you.
It
Thank you,
enhances
sir.
your ability to perceive in a way, or
I-
to become a little bit more acrobatic if you want.
Sir, I cannot warn you enough. Do not.
Deception with
touch.
disadvantage because you are peering off to the ethereal, and it is
Who, me or Remus?
yeah. You took the flake,
okay. Yeah.
so just with disadvantage is he's
Yeah, but
paying
he's on
attention.
the flake too.
Oh yeah, he's paying attention to you, but only to an extent because he's
All right,
he's
hold
hearing
on.
Remus and he's like, wait, hold on. Oh, well, I kind of want it.
Deception. Okay.
I put down the 500 gold for him. And Howard gives him the sand. I hope.
Aw. I went from an 18 to a 2. So plus 7, it's 9 total. Deception.
I appreciate the offer and advice of how to use it, but he seems pretty persistent. I will take it though, and I'll take your warning.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Takes it, takes the gold and is like, well, hopefully you have a better home for it. And he hands you the dagger.
Thank you, sir. Now watch, Howard. Can you show him the dagger of the people we're trying to get rid of, the cipher one?
Oh yes, and I pull out the siphon dagger. Now be careful with this.
What? Do not touch that. Don't give it to him. Just show it to him.
He's
Watch out for those. Do not take them. There are very dangerous people who will try and offer them to you.
Exactly.
he's just intrigued. It's like, all right, thank you, and he's looking off again. And
All right, you have a good day now. I'm
Bye.
ready to leave.
Bye.
Sphinx, did you find anything you wanted to see?
5 hours, he says, he interrupting you completely. 5 hours. I feel
5 hours.
I'm gonna
You know
enjoy
what?
this, and then I will make your solves. Yes. As he begins to pull out the ingredients, so at least he doesn't forget that they're out.
Actually, while you're adding to that, how much for a poison vial?
Poison vial. How dangerous.
Oh, like I don't know what are your ranges that you have.
It'll hurt him to. It'll kill him to.
Let's go to.
It'll
more
hurt
the-
for a while.
Let's go towards the lethal side
700 gold
for 1 vial.
for one application.
Okay, what about hurts a lot?
That's a lot.
I think
150
you should
gold.
just. Okay.
150.
150 gold.
All right, we'll do that.
He gives you a little vial of. He goes, "Don't let it touch your skin, please."
I don't plan on it. Thank you.
1d8 of poison damage when applied to a weapon or use.
How many applications out of that?
It is 1, but it lingers as a consistent every roll
Okay.
for an hour. It's just gonna be a son of a gun to get off.
Cool.
And he's now bringing out ingredients for himself to start mixing, and he's just like, I need to go lay down. And he goes to walk off to his room as he sees you guys out.
Oh, I was gonna say he leaves us in the.
Oh
shop.
no, he sees you guys out, locks. You can hear a click as he locks the shop behind him.
Oh, that's a very nice fellow.
Oh, what a steal of a deal.
I bet it was.
Are we close to the house still? I should really just drop this off.
Same.
Oh yeah.
About like
Yes.
a
We
20-minute
can-
walk.
And I will we'll be back. We'll meet up with you at the. Where are we going?
We're gonna go talk to We're gonna go talk to Luna at the stacks.
We'll meet you there.
We will dash the entire way, I promise. I would even carry things if it would help.
We could just say expedient. You guys make your way to the stacks before, and Remus and Finks make their way off to the little micro mansion again. And are you just dropping off and booking out?
I drop off the box. I keep the 2 daggers on me.
Cool.
And I don't know what Finks does with his staff.
I'm going to put the. I'm going. Okay, so it's a wooden floor, right, in the mansion.
Mhm.
I'm going to count. Just say 13 floorboards in the dark room.
Got it.
Pry it open. Stuff. That's going to be my new stealing spot. You're going to remember where that is.
Okay.
That's where I want to
Yeah.
keep stuff. So I'm going to hide that stick in there.
Got it.
I'll come back tonight.
Phrasing.
Sweet. You hide it and feeling that it is nicely hidden, head out.
All right.
You guys start making your way over to the stacks. We'll say we're going to give Howard and Azoth a bit of a head start. You guys are at the stacks, making your way. Do you do any side tangents until you get there, or straight there?
I think we should just go straight to Luna.
Yeah.
Sweet. So you go straight on in. You walk in through the stacks. There are a couple daughters of the page reader reading books. There is a dwarf with a darker skin, almost like a chestnut type brown, with this rich, really just solid black hair and curls coming down from it as she's reading a story in Dwarvish to a group of children scattered around. You guys head on over to where daughter Roland was with Lady Luna the previous 2 days, past couple days. And you walk in and she's in her robes and goes, yes. What can I do for you? As you guys come walking into the little nursery room, Lady Luna's still fast asleep.
We've come to check on Luna to see how she's doing.
Well, she's getting better, but still out cold. No real signs of her coming back yet, unfortunately. We have a couple clerics praying to the page reader to hopefully extend this one story and conclude whatever chapter brought her to this point.
Do you still have the necklace I gave you? The
Um,
choker.
It was passed on to the elders, but I can see if they're through with it. Why?
Can you retrieve it and bring it back?
Yes, let me go see. She goes off, leaves roughly 10 minutes, comes back. I'm sorry, but it was taken and sent away fast in the night. The Elven Elder was making a trip to the Imperial City, so they brought it to be examined further.
Howard, thoughts? I mean, Jarell's been Jarelled.
Yeah.
We just continue on and
Yeah, I suppose for now until she can regain consciousness and see what she knows about this this whole siphon ordeal. If there's anything else lingering behind that we're not aware of.
She Lady Ronan interrupts. She goes, I don't want to be rude, but I want to let you know that I don't know how long she'll be like this. It may be weeks. I wouldn't expect an instant recovery. They wouldn't have rushed that choker away if it wasn't nothing. We don't know what happened to her.
Well, do you have any way of sending us a message once she does awaken?
Yes, we can. If I'm unable to, I'll make sure we find someone that can. If I'm not, you're friends with Kelna. She can message.
Yes.
She'll send. I will. Someone will
Okay.
have us retrieve her to send you a message.
Perfect. That would work.
okay, by your leave.
One more thing actually.
Yes.
How much are you aware of the other halls, if you will, of knowledge?
Oh, we all do our basic study. What are you looking for exactly?
In particular, what they consider the Lost Hall out at the Golden Sea. You see, I had a revelation, if you will, of sorts,
Yes.
and I believe we might have some business out there that might be connected in some odd sort of way.
Well, the last known taskers went in search of it. Our last transmission from them, or our last contact from them, was from their journey into the ruins of the Great Sphinx in the Golden Sea. They were trying to speak to some Afridi that had taken over and had found some sort of aggression towards them. And unfortunately, I don't know if this was due to them looking after the Lost Hall or they stumbled onto something that just unfortunately ended their journey, but that's all I know much of that. The Lost Hall, it supposedly contained the knowledge before knowledge was existed. The Great Halls all pride themselves on different studies and different schools of thought. The Divine Stacks, we pride ourselves on the knowledge of magic and the study of the arcana and the cultivation of it with the page reader, where the other halls all have their own take. Let me see, let me get my notes on it real quick. I'll decide.
I whisper to him, shower the sand.
Crap, my notes are downstairs. One moment. Let me see if I have them on my phone. I don't want to run down there.
But we
This
could.
search.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Danny
this
knew.
search
Go
is
for
brought
it.
to you by Oogie Games.
I'm gonna travel, guys. I'll be right back.
2406 Military Road. Niagara Falls. Go check them out. They have all kinds of old games, new games, great games, games with notes prepared. Check them out, Oogie Games.
You think his rolls tonight are doing Chex Mix again or
Chex
Ooh,
Max.
I don't know.
Check.
Yeah,
Chex Max, right?
Chex Max.
Essex.
Different.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's different. Ah,
It's the same but different. Oh man.
these are gross, by the way. These are not good at all.
Jalapeno chili.
Yeah, they're just. I thought they would be like Taki.
Disappointing.
They're not.
Huh.
I would not recommend.
I was gonna say I've never been a big
I'm
fan
sorry,
of Chex
folks.
Mix.
I usually have
However, Chessex would have been great.
Yeah.
Back to you, DM.
that. I'm sorry, folks. Usually I have that up here prepared with me. I did not realize that I had left that downstairs. So there are the 4 libraries. So as she's saying, the Divine Stacks, we focus on the cultivation and preservation of how magic was created and the divinity that comes from it, and the halls of the other halls of knowledge, such as Ragnarok, is more of the cultivation of the primordials and the 4 elementals that formed the earth with which we stand, and more of the druidic earth study, if you would prefer to go in that direction. The halls of horror, as they're now coined, are from Bull Toter, is a tragic story ultimately, but contains some of the knowledge of lost craftsmanship. They were a great dwarven filled library that had become too greedy with their knowledge and with their lust for it and power and arrogance, and a curse fell upon them, and great horrors and lizard monstrosities now inhabit the ruined cities, where the 4th, the Lost Hall, is more of a taboo insights, such as your, for lack of term, eldritch horror.
You see, I believe I was there
the sand.
And I want to go back there. And as I pull into my pocket and I nod to Azoth real quick, like, yes, yes, yes. I'll pull out a little bit of the sand. This was from there. And I would very much like to go back there. So any help I can get would be most beneficial to us.
Wow. That's interesting. Make an intelligence check on myself. Where did you get that exactly? Or how? You said you were there.
I was there, yes.
Um,
You could say I woke up there temporarily. And it was located on a beach, right on the shoreline.
well, the only shoreline, a beach. I don't know. Perhaps there'd be more knowledge of how to get there in one of the other libraries. Fortunately, the other ones aren't as curated as properly as ours, and our knowledge is pretty locked tight, and we know what we have here. I've never heard of anyone finding anything to bring them to the fourth one. I don't know how you would get there.
Hmm.
Perhaps the other libraries would unlock the secrets.
Just for
What's up?
possibly, just for reference, which is the closest library to us?
Well, Bull Torter is the closest. I don't know exactly if you would enjoy your trek while there, as it's in ruins. We do know that the adventuring party that had searched out the lost hall did at one point stop by there. We don't know what they had found exactly. We knew that they were heading there, and then they got lost in the Golden Sea. If you wanted to go to a proper library that wasn't in ruins, the one on Frag Rock isn't bad, but it's on an island out in the sea to the west. And the journey there is not the quickest. I mean, if you were able to get over, if you were able to get over to the port, let me see if you're able to get over to the west coast. See real quick, files, pull up my map, and I can give you accurate. I can let you know what ports she's going to refer to. If you were able to get over to Distasia or Trutovia, perhaps charter a ship, or I don't know. If you're able to get Droctera, perhaps even a airship could take you there. That'd be a little bit quicker, but the journey there is a little bit more difficult because it's the farthest city out that way. The journey by boat, roughly from either Distasia or Trutovia, probably it'd be I don't know, a month or two, about a week, a couple weeks.
Okay. Well, I thank you for the information. We will make a decision about this, but I appreciate it.
Please do. Thank you. If you need any other help on other stuff, I guess you could try to ask me. My knowledge is limited on the Lost Hall.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've been plenty helpful. I have nothing else at this moment.
Okay.
Other than your shops around here, I'm looking for anything that might sell a say a magical bag of holding of sorts.
I don't know if anyone's talked to you yet, but you do know that since this whole spell siphoners and cult thing has went under wraps, magic's a little bit tighter and restricted, right? Have you not talked to anyone?
Yes. Oh no. Yes. No. I'm totally aware. I just wanted to know if there was anything around here that could help us aid in that.
Unfortunately, not right now. Everyone's scared, and they're cracking down on anyone parting with magic items. So if whatever you've got, you better hope that you can make it last for a little bit now.
Oh, okay.
People, they're coming down hard.
And you basically kind of convey that with the taking of magical items is for rituals, and they're realizing this, maybe those selling them may need to be like more strict. So hold on the magic traffic.
Gotcha.
She passed that along to you. Well, if you don't mind, then she starts to kind of just taking the daily clerical care of Lady Luna, patting her down, and just kind of cast. You see her starting to cast some spells of just kind of healing auras. Azoth, did you want to ask her anything else? I didn't remember.
No.
No. Okay. So
No.
that's happening. At some point, wasn't a lot that happened. Probably as she's finishing up with you, Finks and Remus come trotting up and into the stacks.
Is
You guys
she
see
awake?
Oh, no, she's not awake as of yet. And from what they're saying, it might be quite a while. However, I did have for them to message us once she is awakened so we can return haste.
What do you guys want to do next?
Well, I don't want to wait here much longer.
I don't blame you. Why don't we go outside? I don't really want to talk about this too much in here where there's possibly ears.
You guys head outside?
Like, we'll head outside.
You guys head outside easily.
So she did give us some information about that beach we were wanting to go to. However, we might have to go through a different library. So it's up to you guys if we want to travel. However, it might be a few weeks if we want to go that route. Or if there's other things that you'd rather tie up around here first, I'm more than willing for that as well.
All right, we should probably have like the big layout, what quests we have going on out there. So we kind of went over this before, short-term goals. Does anybody have anything that's like close by to where we are geographically, or on the way maybe to where we have to go to get to this other library?
Oh, we could always stop back at what was the other place? Grindstone to collect our other payments that we have owed to us.
Is that where the prison was?
Berghold.
Berghold, yeah.
What did I say?
Grindstone.
Oh, yeah.
Grindspell is where we are.
Yep, I'm looking at it.
Do one of you guys have something going on at the Smoketop Mountains somewhere?
The Orc Skull did, but that's not urgent for me.
Okay.
Then Pax had something that might have been on the way there or through there, but
But
that's
that doesn't affect you.
Because if we go up to Berghold, we can follow the river over to the Smoketop Mountains to get over towards Drakterra or whatever. If we want to like try and court off that way.
I want to say my thing was Barrel Pass. I got notes, so that might be a little out of the way.
It was the Barrel Pass.
Where's that at on the map?
It's like South Smoked Mountains. It's not really
Okay.
exactly what we're looking for there.
I'm down with whatever.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay stopping at Berkhold real quick, or we can just get going to the fastest way. They said there was an airship that we could have taken.
Possibly, like almost like giant, like hot air balloon type ships.
So
So
just
that's at Drogterra, right? I'm trying
world
to
knowledge.
find where that
I
is.
have to know anywhere that would do that.
That's kind of
Here, let me send a recent, the most recent map to the group real quick. If it isn't there already. I'm pretty sure I don't know if Barrel Pass isn't on your map that you're looking at. This one has it. And then also, Danny, just so we to make sure it is clear. So what the Golden Sea is a giant desert as you're looking at this.
Yeah.
There is no black sand or any kind of water source around that. So to like go to a shoreline that that may need to be looked upon further. The black sand.
Would Azoth know where from being in Faybala, where the hot air or an airship or whatever would be?
The Troctera and Imperial City, two of the larger cities that are
have
more escalated, would have
Alright.
them. They're
So,
not
yeah.
they're not cheap passage by any means.
Or if we sneak on.
Or you get
Why don't we then head on up to Berghold and then over to the Imperial City to see if we can catch an airship?
I like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like it's along the way there. Yeah, that would work.
That?
okay.
We could even work our way on there if we want, or we can just dream flake everybody.
I love it. All right, so you guys begin and leave Brindspell and make your journey up to Berghold. It's gonna take take a couple days journey. I don't know if you guys want to make sure you guys ration up, get your supplies of just your basic needs. What's
Are
up?
we leaving right now? I mean, we
That's
still
up to
gotta
you
collect
guys.
From the apothecary.
Now, here's
Oh,
the
yeah.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Do we want to go back for that? Will he have noticed that all his crap is missing that you guys stole?
Did you pay for it yet?
Yeah, I already paid for our
All right,
stuff
then
already.
you go in by yourself.
Okay.
And I'll go get my things. Wait for you at the mansion, then we'll leave from there.
Sweet.
Wait, so you're bringing your stuff you took with us?
Well, yeah, if we're leaving. I don't know when we're coming back.
Oh, it's such a big box.
This is like a stand-up jewelry type chest that you just.
You don't need it. You just needed what was in it. What do you need
Here's
the box?
also.
I guess I need a bunch of like containers then, or like pouches.
They're just gems. Just dump the gems in and let them clatter around. They don't need to
All
be
right.
stored or anything.
There is one drawer of
anything-
gems and one and the one drawer of like gems of like stones.
There's a thing
If
of
anything.
mushrooms too.
There's like a mushrooms cultivating in the one drawer.
Give the
I'm taking
mushrooms.
those, by the way.
Yes. If anything,
gonna smell
Remus,
'em.
like, we are
Actually,
headed towards,
yeah, Finks, you're there. You know about mushrooms, right?
Yeah.
What is this?
All right.
You guys are at the mansion right now, all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll lick them. I'll try to identify them.
Identify them. They are some basic fungus mushrooms. Are you actually casting like identify on it?
No.
Are you just trying to?
Just,
All right. Make.
Can I make like a nature or medicine? Medicine?
I'll let you go medicine or nature. Your call, because kind of
Medicine.
depends on how it's taken.
All right. That is a 10.
You're taking that these definitely probably would be a little bit dangerous or risky to eat. You don't know what would come from it. You know that there are probably healing properties that this can be used to be mixed with other agents or solutions and chemicals and stuff like that, and paste and
Well,
mortar style.
They won't kill you, but you probably should eat them like this. I
I
can experiment when we have the time.
I guess I'll take them out of the drawer and throw them in my bag too, in like a different pocket.
Yeah. So are you just like pulling the drawer out, and it's like a little drawer. It's about 5 inches in by 4 inches width. You pull out, and there's all these little mushrooms all growing from the bottom from the drawer.
I'm kind of like holding the drawer upside down and just like batting them in.
Smack, you see the mushrooms fall into your pouch. You have a little side pocket off that you tuck them into, kind of like your pocket bacon. Like, so it's like it's
Yeah.
separated from everything else type of a style. Yeah. All right, take
I
some
think-
mushrooms.
And I empty whatever else is in it, the stones and the.
Pouch of stones, pouch of gemstones. Say looking over the gemstones loosely, just kind of roughly, probably 25 gold pieces of gemstones worth. The stones themselves look kind of like smooth polish, almost like skipping stones. There's 6 of them, just chilling there. Yeah. And then I don't know what else was
I already had the arrowhead.
Yep, yeah, the arrowhead. That's basically everything good that you're grabbing from this. Some cobwebs in some of them.
I'll leave the box.
Set the
And
box in the one
yeah,
room
the
that you were
daggers.
staying in. Grab the daggers. Cool.
Yep.
So add a. You can just put a dagger. There's one dagger that's listed as an arrowhead dagger, mini arrowhead dagger, and a second dagger that is just basic dagger plus garnet.
Oh god, I have to figure this out. Hold on. Add items. I'm not good at the internet. I'm sorry, everyone. I hate to blow the conspiracy. The facade, I guess.
Dun, dun,
It's okay.
dun.
I'll also throw this out there. If we are headed to Imperial City, I'm sure there is some kind of wizard or somebody who's well gifted in the magic of helping us return back here. So we could always set this up as our home base if we ever wanted to return back to whenever. Just throwing that out there as well.
And most certainly, there should be a way to open a teleportation circle back to it. Probably would take some money and hiring someone to inscribe in a magic sigils for you, but not out of the question. Just have to find someone to do it and commission them.
Okay.
You have to find someone. Okay. Ricky, or while Remus is adding those weapons and items to his pouch.
How do I do that?
Just
write it down. I'll add it in later.
Write it down.
Okay.
Well, I'll add it in later. Yeah, that's no
Yeah,
problem.
There you go. I'm gonna head up to Glenpack and grab the potions and stuff after.
Oh no, Relias.
Relias, that's right.
Relias. Head on over to Relias. You can see him coming out. He's a little tired. He's brushing his eyes like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you
Man.
too, huh?
Yes, I was making the potions in the back. I didn't realize it was the time. The salves and man, thank you. That was
You're welcome.
some stuff.
Anytime.
And he hands you over the 6 pouches, folded up just like he had initially handed over to Azoth. And just for sake of brevity, it's basic potion of healing.
Okay.
So you got 6 of them.
Sweet.
Single-use application stuff.
Yep.
Well, good luck. And hopefully we recover from this magic item lockdown. Just had a spell sword stop by telling me to hold commission, so we'll see how we do.
Sounds like I got in just at the nick of time then.
Yes, you did.
Just for reference, and maybe you can point me what exactly needs to happen for you guys to get off of this lockdown.
We basically need to find out what exactly happened to the magic items that we're taking originally. At least that's what they're telling me. Who knows what that means?
Oh, and
They just said to restrict who you're selling to.
who exactly told you this? Just the cell swords?
Yes, the guards that stopped by.
Gotcha.
Official seal it all, and it pulls out a write up, and it's just a kind of like by order of the Brine spell swords, halt of transactions of magic items above this classification. So only basic, bare minimum ingredients necessaries, essentials are able to be transactioned over. Bare to minimum basic weapons, yada yada, essentials.
Well, I thank you very much. I appreciate it, and for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate the patronage.
Oh, anytime. And if you ever feel like you need to relax again, just let me know next time I'm in town, and we will totally help you relax.
Thank you. It's much needed. It's been busy, especially stressful. Who knows where my assistant has gone off to?
Yes.
Another worry for another day.
Exactly. I bid you adieu, and I'll walk out.
All right, you walk
Meet
out.
up with the rest of the group.
Okay, you meet up with the rest of them.
Yep.
Where are you guys going? What you guys meeting up? You guys making your way to Burkhold?
Yeah. So we can meet out to Burkhold now.
I do want to keep an eye out for any like checkpoints on the way out if they're cracking down on magic items in and out of here. I'm not really trying to walk through that.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they're in the process of trying to figure out what exactly happened with some magical items that were taken. So that could be a possible other thing we could investigate later on if we decide, or I don't know if you guys wanted to stick around in the city more. There's not much else we can do in here at the moment.
I just don't want to get in trouble for the things that I have.
Oh,
Yeah,
I totally agree. Me neither. I think
Let's leave.
the faster we get out of here, the better for us at the
We
moment.
must leave.
Yes.
We must leave.
You're at the
We
New York.
must leave.
You're at the New York City Bridge moment in Cloverfield. We need to leave. Leave the city. You guys start making your way to the city walls, circling now. Make a perception check, everyone.
Hey, I did the natural 20.
Natural 20. You look up just for shits and
19.
giggles, and you notice that covering the city has now been a magic layered dome, very faintly woven over the city, kind of to just intercept possibly anything trying to enter from the air. And you can see it all kind of encompasses around the city to the walls to make sure it's a defense measure. Looking up, you do see at the gate, kind of filing over, checking over people coming in and out as like a duty station. Like it's your favorite halfling, done up in her red and black Harlequin, looking flavored leathered armor. Hi, hey, Faybala Five, is it right? She waves over to you guys. It's Kelna. Where are you guys off to?
Well, we're headed north to Burkle to finish some business that we have unfinished up there, and then make our way over to Imperial City.
All right, thank you. At least I know kind of how to get a hold of you. Had one of the daughters come over and spoke. Sounds
good.
like I appreciate you guys keeping tabs on Luna. She meant well, I'm sure at some point. But Imperial City. You ever been there?
No. Can't say that I have.
There's a lot to do. Place never sleeps. It's huge. Different layers, different tiers, and it kind of centers like a wedding cake. If you're looking at it from a geographical panned out view.
I like cake.
I bet you do. See, you got a little change up with your face there, mister. What happened to the whole meditation?
That's old news.
Old news. I like that. Good. No use living in the past.
Always moving forward.
Well, nice. I'm glad to hear. Well, I'll let you know when I hear from Lady Luna. You're going up to the Imperial City. Stay safe. And you have that seal that I gave you, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I totally have it.
You know, I got another one, so please, for all of you, keep that. And if you come into any trouble, try and flash it. Don't do it too much. Don't know how much it'll do for you time and time again, but may help you if you're in a pickle with the guards out that way.
I appreciate it.
Good.
Any other parting words of wisdom before we head out?
Don't die.
Oh, that's always a good one.
And she just kind of, as you do see that there is a checkout station, kind of like, what do you got on you? Where are you going? She walks you behind, past everything. There's no need to, they trust you. You've helped them out a great deal. Common public may not know, and the Imperial Guard may not know, but the spell swords take that into consideration. You definitely help them. Bring them out. Well, stick to the main road if you're heading out that way, or travel your own way. I'm sure you guys know your way. And like I said, don't die. Half-heartedly, kind of like, please don't die. And walks off.
Alrighty.
All right.
Let's see. We just want to take the main road, or how do we want to do this?
There are coming from Brian Spell, there are 3 you are at an intersection. I don't have the roads on the map, but coming out of Brian Spell, there would be a road leaning north, and then it tees off to the left and right, as well as there is that's more of a formal road with the cobblestone, and then you see like a dirt path that you guys had actually arrived on, coming from the straightforward north, veering off towards Burkhold.
Yeah, I was going to suggest following that one that we came in on. Since we're mildly familiar.
Yeah, that sounds good too. I don't want to get lost. Especially from not being around here. I'm not too familiar with this lands.
Nice. Good. So you guys have quite a few checks to make while you guys roll. It's gonna take about probably. See, 250. You guys can do 30 miles a day, 250 square. It's gonna be about a week's journey. Normal. Let's see, 30. Just real quick. Crap. I can't math offhand. I'm gonna crap. 250.
This math is not brought to you yet by Chessex Dice. However, Chessex Dice sponsor us.
At a standard path, it'll take you roughly 10 days or so by foot to Burkhold. So
I look back at the rest of the group. Should we have gotten horses? Or do we? No, I guess we're already out here. We're walking.
That thought comes up like day 3.
So you guys are on your way out for your first day. Let's see what the weather's like. It is a fairly clear sky. The weather is chilly, probably fall in temperature. Not snowing, not that cold yet, but it is a little windy, bit brisky, a little overcast. You know what? That's it. I don't want to roll it. I'm gonna let one of you guys. Want someone roll a d20 for me?
19.
19.
Woo!
Okay, 19. Let's see what this does. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this up. Along your journey, it is beginning to get to the end of the first day as you're walking. And as you are all exhausted, it's been nice 8 hours of just trekking along. You've passed through a small little area of treed, a little little wooded area, roughly about size of 200 or 300 yards in length, just kind of deep in to your right. And you see there is some steam rising above the tree line, from within the tree line, but about 15 yards into the tree line. So like coming from the trees, but like 15 yards deep into it. I'll say this wooded trees to your right. It's roughly 100 feet away. As you start to see like, oh, there's a little forested area. And you see some steam of sorts coming from the ground through the trees.
Must be a hot spring. I don't want to go that way. I don't want to get wet.
I was kind of thinking the same too. Like, let's find a area, probably not near there, to start packing up here soon.
All right, you guys carry on with your day, with your trek into the night. It's hitting around 9 o'clock. You guys getting tired? You guys want to do for camp?
I don't have anything for. I don't. I mean, I can take first watch. If you guys want to get some relaxation, sleeping, and then we can rotate off.
We could do groups of 2 as well. I don't know if we want to do. Or no, probably 2 hours each would be good. Or yes, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go second.
All right. Do 2-hour watches each. You guys kind of just trade off.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I do want to try to attune with that magic stick, if it is magic.
It is. You grabbed a +1 wand.
Ooh, cool.
I would also like to check out the dagger with the gem that I had persuaded the fine gentleman to sell for cheap.
It's the dagger with a 30 gold piece 30 gold piece garnet in it. He didn't know what it did.
Is it a magic?
Nope. It is a
Damn.
dagger. He
You said
didn't know.
it was a plus. My thing was a +1 wand.
Yes, I think it's a
Just
war. Is it a war magic wand? Would it be considered? I think it's just a +1 wand. So it would be a +1 to your attack rolls and I think damage. Is it?
With the wand.
Yes,
Okay.
with spells cast through the wand.
Cool. So it doesn't have any spells itself. It's
Nope.
just kind of like
Focus.
oh, cool. I like it.
I got you.
It's a spell casting focus, and this is like a this stick has this oaky branch to it. Looks very raw, and almost like a straight like twig branch. Like there's been no carving, nothing special done to it. Upon looking at it though, throughout the night, you notice that there are knots in the wand, like almost like a tree branch knot that look almost like cupped and spaced so that like you can put gems or crystals or something on it. Have almost like but it's like a knotted, so it looks supernatural in growth.
Okay.
I'll start carving my bones, copying the spells over from the spell sheets that I have into the my bones as my spell book.
Okay. You begin making some stuff. What time do you guys wish to start? I'm assuming someone has got a fire going. Or
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
I have many questions.
Please throw them at me.
So the garnet. Is it about the same size as the stones I took?
A little bit bigger.
So I could say pop the garnet out and put a stone in the slot of where it was.
If you were able to pop it out, yeah, you could. The stones that you would pop in it would be slightly smaller.
I just kind of like wedge them
Yeah,
and push them
you
in.
you could, yeah. You want to make a dexterity check.
All right.
To try and pop this. How are you popping the garnet out of the dagger?
With my thieves' tools.
All right. Would make
Probably
a
Kevin.
It's not Kevin. It'd probably be like my lockpick. Probably my lockpick and Kevin.
there you go. Make a sleight of hand check then. How dexterous
Okay.
can you move it in and try and wedge the
Why?
thieves' tools?
I believe, dear God, I believe that I have to scroll down. 18?
18. You start to lift and hook one corner of the garnet with this square cut to it, and start to lift it up and pry it with one of the hooks of the thieves' tools. You slide Kevin into it, and you smack the pommel of Kevin and go, and unlocks the garnet from its hold. Pops out. There is a little inset on the side of the dagger, on the one side where there's like a little hole where the garnet was on the side of the dagger, that you can now place another gem and kind of do what you wished with it.
I will place one of the stones in it.
Okay. So you're putting one. So I just make sure. Are you putting one of the gemstones or one of like the skipping stone type?
Like the skipping stone
Okay, no.
types.
My bad. Skipping stones were bigger. Those were more.
Oh,
Yeah. I thought you
okay.
said gemstones. My bad.
No, you're good.
So is the garnet still in the dagger then?
Yeah.
Okay, garnet. Even if you popped it out, you pop it right back in. It's set. It's secured.
How many stones do you have? Skipping stones?
6.
6.
Binks, how many knots are in your wand?
I don't know. Let me count them.
There are 2.
2.
Looking over. One of them is smaller, about the circle of like a D20, and a second one is a little bit fatter, about like a $50, but more of an oval shape. It's like a squeezed oval $50.
I'll pull out Jarrell's wand and see how many knots are in there.
You pull out Jarrell's wand, and his is actually doesn't have any knots. His is a smoothed, nice carved wand
that is it looks like it was chiseled with like flames coming up of it, but you see them being burned away, almost as if with each charge, the wand loses more and more of itself.
Remus,
Gotcha.
does any of the things that you have from the box match up to the wand that was under the counter?
I don't believe so. I just kind of grabbed a box that had a bunch of random stuff in it. I figured I'd show you this, and I pull out some of the mushrooms that I found growing in one of the drawers. So I don't know if you want to take a look. I don't know if it's similar to like what you had worked on with the gentleman, but I found those. I found a tiny dagger. What else did I find? I found the other gemstones that are smaller than the one in this hilt, and then I found these 6 smooth stones. I use 2 hands, I guess.
All right. I'll take some of the mushrooms. I'll put them in my pouch.
Okay. You grab a handful of red capped, polka dotted, you say Mario mushrooms. I don't know what do you want to put them in?
Okay.
I don't know. When you want to check them out, and you can do your whole check them over at your leisure.
Oh,
All right.
speaking of, I also have some of these if you guys want one of each, just in case, and I'll hand out the little satchels of like the healing stuff and give one to each person, just in case times get tough.
Essentially, a potion of healing, if you guys wish to add one. All right, you guys do that. You guys disperse. That has anyone got a fire going and camp set up? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we would have started up, and at some point too, I would have seen if I can attune to. I don't think I've said it out loud yet, but attune to Jor-El's wand to see if I can possibly start using that.
All right. You begin to attune to it. And as you, just during that attunement, you kind of take in the properties that, oh, this is a wand of fireball. There's 1 charge left on it. And as you feel it, that moment that the magic item sinks in with you as the owner, there's a voice in your head that says, "Fool, this is not meant for you. Please try again some other time," as it loses its attunement towards you.
Sad.
You heard this in your head. I'm going to make you attune to me and focus harder.
Start to think. I'm being serious. This is not yours. Don't test me. You take 3 points of fire damage as the hand sparks. Your hands get burnt with the wand as it goes, as it flares in front of you a little bit. It's fine. It's there, but you took 3 points of fire damage as it like shoots scalding hot. You drop it.
I'm just gonna talk to this wand. I'm sure they're like, "What the hell's going on?" But I'm gonna be like, "Well, fine. If that's how you want to be and play it, I'll stick you back in the bag. We'll see how you feel once I sell you for a copper piece."
Huh. I'm gonna try and figure out the arrowhead dagger too while I'm on my watch.
Checking this out, this is a finely crafted, miniatured dagger, and you notice that as you kind of rub it over with your finger, you prick it. As your blood kind of soaks into it, it kind of expands to a dagger in size with your blood. What do you do with that?
What you feed it, the bigger it gets. You'll have a broadsword.
Yeah, like what does it stop growing at a point?
It grows into the size of a dagger, of like a standard dagger. Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
How small is it when it's little?
Go ahead.
It
Like an
is
arrowhead size. Like
arrowhead like 2 inches in width, 2 inches in length, and only about like an inch, half an inch in width. It's a little tiny arrowhead, like almost like for like a minute, almost like an action figure type size.
Did we all watch this happen?
If you did it out right by the fire before everyone starts to go lay down, yeah. I mean,
well, no,
I don't know,
I
Remus.
said
I
I
don't
was
know
doing
where
this
you
on
would do.
my
Where
watch.
would you do
No,
this? You're gonna do this
you're
on your
good.
watch.
Yeah.
So we'll say that you guys have done your watch, or you are in the middle of your watches, or
Yeah.
are we beginning those?
Yeah, probably like in the middle of our watches, we
Cool.
started doing all our individual stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Throw Howard. You started off with the watch.
Yeah, I started off first.
Roll a d20 twice. Tell me the
Twice?
lower.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh my, actually no, don't roll a d20 twice. I need you to make perception check twice. That's
Oh,
what it
okay.
is. Or with disadvantage is what it is.
All right, hold on one second. Go back to that. Perception. Oh, 17.
It is a quiet night. You guys have camped far enough away from any of the wilderness and the trees. You found a nice spot between the hills leading north, and you feel pretty safe and secured. Have a nice vantage point, and your watch is peaceful. You started off arguing with the wand, so that was a little annoying, but nothing yet. Your watch comes to an end. Who's taking second watch? All right. Remus. So you did this with the dagger. No one else saw that. You clicked it with a little bit of blood from your hand. It kind of expanded into a full blood.
What does it look like now? Like, is it
This is-
detailed or like?
This is a standard dagger, just full on, like basically like your basic dagger. You do see that the blade is coated with a sheen of it's kind of like your scream slasher knife, where it's got like the blood like gooed up by the edge of it from presumably where you
Okay.
pricked.
Huh. All right. So if I just leave it there, how long does it take for it to like shrink back?
It does not shrink back. If you're just what are you doing? Just sitting it there and watching?
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
You gotta bring it out.
I gotta what?
Bring it out. The blood out.
I'm not trying that. No.
Like a trumpet, you got to open up the spit valve and drain it.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just.
Well, oh no, so the blood is on the actual blade. Not
Yeah.
like in the blade, but like it's on the blade, but it has that like goopiness of your tacky slasher film.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens if I just like go over to a log and wipe the blade off on both sides?
Wipe the blade off on both sides. Shortens down. You see wiping the blade off on the log, you see that the spots that you kind of clean the blade off, it starts to kind of wither a little bit. Not a lot, but just slightly.
Interesting. Awesome. I'm gonna put it in my tiny pocket.
Pouch it. There you go. All right. Did you roll a perception check with disadvantage because you were checking out your own stuff?
Oh god, I forgot what my number was to add. 8.
8. There's a bit of a mist that kind of starts to roll in around 1 o'clock at night. Clings to the ground of the hills as it kind of rolls in over you guys a little bit, but stays outside of the camp. Nothing too weird about it. Could just be, nightly condensation. You don't hear no noises or anything come from it.
All right.
All right. Who's taking third watch? Who are you waking
Oh,
up
nice.
next?
That's fun.
I'm waking up Azoth.
You know,
You're waking up Azoth?
Yes.
All right. You wake up Azoth.
Perception?
Perception. Do you do anything while he wakes you up?
No.
Or is it just like all right, I'm up, just kind of like tag out?
Yep.
All right. Perception. Straight roll. The fog still is loosely in your general area, not into your little encampment, but you can see it kind of a couple yards off from where you're at.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
+7 if you're adding the modifier, but nat 20.
You hear in the distance you actually also feel it, far off in the distance, and you hear a loud echoing it. The thuds of giants or something. Far off, but close enough to hear it. Or they're large enough for you to hear them if they're far. Anything else until you wake up Finks for the morning? All right. Wake up Finks. Finks, let me see if the fog is gone. Fog is still lingering around. It's now roughly 5:30, 6-ish. Letting everyone to kind of keep watch as whoever did the other watches can finish up their nice long rest. Make a... Did you check out your wand before you went to bed, or is when you're checking out now?
You tell me. I don't know how much time it takes. If it's quick, I would have done it before. If it takes some time, then I'd be doing it right now.
It'd be doing it now, then, if you're trying to attune, invest with it. Are you attuning to it?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, yeah, then it would be now. Disadvantage perception checks.
Okay. All right, so a 3 plus 3, so 6.
Mist starts to fade away. It's a cold morning, a little more chillier, but otherwise calm morning so far. You begin to hear the noise of wildlife start to perk up, and you hear critters off in the morning beginning their morning hunt. Fire is starting to go low unless whoever's been waking up has been stoking it again occasionally. Some point I'll say you guys wake up on your own accord. Next morning. It's the first night you guys haven't slept in a bed, I think, in a while.
Look at that sunrise. Disgusting. Wishing a good night. Oh, let's get going, everybody.
Hey, Finks, I don't know if since you have that wand, maybe you might want this piece of twig, and I'll hand him Jarrell's wand. It apparently has no use with me.
I literally just throw it on the floor. I don't want anything of his.
Throw it, yeah.
Well, then I'll go scoop it back up. I might be able to sell this for something and put it back in my
All right. Pocket it.
Maybe Azoth can use it, but I don't want anything to do with Drell.
It's understandable. Azoth would. This perfect. Let's make some money. Told you, piece of shit. 1 copper.
Hard no.
Back in.
No response.
My reply is no.
All right, so you guys are just gonna make your way back up to Burgle still. Let's do, that was your first night. Just to kind of expedite it, let's do a couple survival checks, couple travel checks, and we'll RP any breaks or stops that you guys want to do on the way.
Real quick, before we leave, I want to cast Pass Without a Trace on the party.
Okay.
Kind of from site to site.
Okay.
It only lasts an hour, but I just figured it'd be good to do it after we stop, or kind of maybe as we're approaching camp for the night.
Okay. Cast Pass Without a Trace in the morning, and with the lingering, with that, this a time of morning where you can see the moon off on one horizon, you see the sun rising on the other, and with the last with the last sight of the moon that you see, you call to her, and you feel that she's cast a bit of a shadow to help alleviate your sight on you from whatever may be watching. feel a little bit more stealthier. So are you guys traveling at a stealthy pace, a regular standard pace? Are you trying to expedite and try and just run and just are you Lord of the Rings? Are you Lord of the Ringing it with and just running over mountaintops? Or how fast? What's everyone's
Oregon Trail,
goals?
grueling pace.
Yep.
I was gonna say probably just a regular pace.
Okay. So then it'll be 10 days, we'll say, for travel. Make someone helm a survival check. If someone wishes to assist it, if they're proficient with survival, please. Or I'll let you guys both make individual ones.
I got 3. I don't know if I'm any good at this.
Definitely not me.
I got a
Yeah,
10.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
10? Yeah, you rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
My
right.
God.
You start to follow this path for 4 or 5 hours, and it begins to split into a Y shape, going left and right. Looks like there is just rolling hills in front of you where the path kind of splits at. And one path goes along the wooded area that you were. It has the wooded areas off to your right kind of following you and hooking around from those trees from where that steam stuff was coming. And off to your left, you can see it gets a little bit rockier as there is the path leads more to an elevation of a chasm where kind of you can see that there's a split and like a small canyon that's created, a little valley with a roughier, broken foundation and a kind of ledging. Which way do you guys want to go?
Would we have remembered coming through the wheel wagon, like the terrain and stuff, if it would have been along the trees or?
Make a history check.
Ooh, nice. History. 20, not natural.
You guys had traveled amongst the trees. Granted, it was dark during this point, so you don't know what troubles may come from this or what was out there being seen. You guys did have your back to it mostly, and it was dark. So you guys did come from that direction.
Are there any like carriage tracks? You know, we got pulled there. You know, maybe this is a road that they normally take back and forth.
Make an investigation check. Looking around for wheel trackings.
16.
So, any travelers on the road near us?
Make perception check. You don't see anything in the immediate, just quick look around. So let's see how far you can see with the look.
It's 19.
19. You don't see anyone close to you guys. It looks like there is a figure far off in the distance to the path on the left, up the hill, far off, and they're small. Okay. You just kind of like see a silhouette of a humanoid shape as it's just kind of sitting far, 100 yards up and around, and you really can't make out what they are. You're looking for tracks. You do see there are wagon tracks coming from the path on the right.
I'll point those out.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we were following the path near the trees. So we just go this way and continue on.
Is this the way with the person?
No.
The other way.
There is the figure is far up the path to the left, a far distance away. All you can see is a humanoid shape, just kind of sitting
Can't tell if he's like
off to the side.
Sitting.
It's more or less sitting, just kind of looking off, and you really can't discern any details. It's just so far.
Okay.
It's just that small. If you want, you can make checks and move closer to it and go in that direction, but it's your choice.
Nah, we can continue on the woods, right, guys?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go make that Pegasus money.
Yeah. You make your way to the path to the right, and I need someone to roll the d20 for me for this day.
15.
15.
Along the travel, the wooded forest to your right starts to clear off after a couple miles of walking. It clears out, not realizing how deep this went in when you were coming up from it from the other side of this woods. And it breaks off and into a clearing with overgrown tall grass, almost like just a field of stalks of tall grass sprouting up, covering, and just opens into this clearing. Make perception checks as you guys start walking along it, noticing that the hills to your left have now kind of turned into the same tall grassy field.
11.
11,
12.
12.
21.
You see something in the grass moving, but you can't just tell what it is. You can see the grass shifting as something's running, moving like throughout it, but it's in a zigzagged pattern, and then it stops every so often. And now, kind of watching, you could see something is kind of trailing you guys from within the field to your right.
Should we confront this thing, or? I really don't like things following me.
I don't either. Not a big fan.
So we're on a path, and there's tall grass to the side of us, and that's where we're noticing the movement.
Yep. You can see tall grass to your left and right. Tall grass is roughly 3 feet tall, so it's up to about your waist or so. The tall grass doesn't come straight up to the path. Your path is 10 feet wide, and then there is like a 2-foot like trimmed grass off to like dirt or not trimmed grass, like dirt pathing, and then the tall grass starts.
Is it
3 feet
dry
tall?
grass?
Yes, like dry grass, like
Can I light
stocky.
a torch?
What's up?
Can I light a torch?
Do you have a torch?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm an
you can.
adventurer. Yeah, light one up.
You lit a torch.
All right, and I kind of keep it near the grass. Not enough to set it on fire yet, but
Okay.
it's in there.
I cast minor illusion for a sound that will startle whatever is in the grass to get it to move maybe within sight of, so we can see what it is. A predatory sound of some sort, like
Anything specific that you want?
like
Like a wolf?
Sure. Yeah. Like,
a wolf howl.
I was gonna say, if you, I'll do like prestidigitation on another side to try. We're trying to get it to come to us, right?
Just to come out so we can see what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So you hit one side, I'll hit the other side, and we'll try and hurt it.
Yeah, funnel it in with things.
Yeah.
all right. Both of you make deception checks with make deception checks. Add your spellcasting modifiers to it.
Cool.
You do prestidigitation. Is that a how do you get that? Is that from
That's the tiefling thing, right?
It's a cantrip. Yeah, it's from my bloodline.
Yeah, mine's a cantrip as well.
add your charisma then. I'm pretty sure charisma is your modifier for that.
Okay. So
17.
Okay.
Oh, so 19?
Nice. With you guys soon hear dual howlings of from two sides of this field as this you now Azoth watching a bead in the field where you see it starts to scatter and start to shoot out and run in your direction. It is 50 yards away from you guys, and it is now trailing out, shooting in this direction as the noises start to kind of herd it in the funnel it towards where you guys are and shoot it towards the field. You see the it start to pass down, or the tall grass starts to be pushed down as you see a
a lizard-like creature stick its head out, covered in vibrant feathers that is bipedal with 2 legs and 2 shorter with a snout-looking head. It is covered in feathers and
Chocobo? Like,
no, it's more of a think of Velociraptor in appearance.
That's kind of what I thought of.
Yeah.
Mixed with like some other shit.
Yep, with like feathers. It's almost like think if you took the Velociraptor and you dipped it in a pool of Fey magic and just what would this look like? And it's like a Velociraptor with like feathers growing out of it, and its arms are winged, almost like a little bit more thicker wings. It could possibly take off flight if it wanted to, maybe. It is its legs are covered in this beautiful, like dazzling, like glitterful pattern of feathers that kind of are they're like purple and pink with streaks and lines of like golden feathers sporadically put around it.
Is it being hostile towards us?
No, it's more of just it's scared.
Okay, I'm in love with this thing. This is the coolest animal ever.
It is 2.5 feet tall because it is smaller than the tall grass. 2.
Can I make an animal handling attempt to pacify it or to make it not afraid of us?
Yes. Yes.
Oh man, I conceded the natural 20, but it just a little to the side there. So I got a 5.
You kind of put your hand out to it and kind of start doing a clicking noise to try and emanate as and it rears back a little bit at your little goblin clawed hand, kind of reaching out to it. It kind of looks back a little bit, not necessarily scared, but like looks around, and it kind of starts to like back itself into the field a little bit. Curiosity is overcome. It's the instinct of fight or flight, and it's kind of looking at you all, kind of peeking its head out from between the field of tall grass.
Does it eat mushrooms? So I'll throw some on the floor. I got some.
You could see it from within a little bit of from the tall grass. You could see its arms go as you see feathers kind of scatter off of it, and this dust material kind of fall from like almost like a dandruff effect, where kind of like where it fluttered one of its arms that kind of popped out of the tall grass. This little like sparkle dust kind of fall from its arm.
am I close enough to collect some of the dust and any feathers that fell off?
You could, but you may stay out a little way. It's this creature is 10 feet from you guys.
All right.
I'll reach in and grab whatever rations I have in my pocket out.
Yeah.
Just like kind of put it in my hand out for him to be able to just kind of like eat from my hand if he can.
Yeah, I'll cast shape water and do a little pool of water down that he can like drink from or something.
All right. Whoever wants to throw, give it animal handling with advantage. I'll let someone take it.
Mine's not the greatest. I don't know how yours is.
Mine's really good.
Yep, there you go. You take it.
Go with a 20, please.
There you go.
Easily. You coax this winged creature kind of popping out, and you see its furry legs that it has a 3-pronged, kind of almost like chicken feet sticking out from below this packed stalk of bushy feathers. They're super colorful, and the colors match its whole coat. It's this mixed array of yellows pinks and purples and magentas and little speckled feathers of gold, sparsely up at its top, but more packed on its legs as it kind of walks its way over with its kind of like predatorial-ish caution. Starts to like go at your hand, Howard, for a little bit of food. Its mouth has this little snout with a lot of little tiny, nibbly, tiny little prickled teeth. Like if like you would see like a dinosaur, like a velociraptor mouth, like little tiny ones, as it's cautiously kind of like biting and eating out of your hand. This mouth is, and it pokes its head over to the pool of water that you are holding and shaping for it, and just dunks its entire snout into it, and as it sucks the water completely dry. As it does this purring, just kind of just as it's looking and poking at you guys, kind of like looking for more food as it begins eating more of a ration out of your hand, Howard.
Yep.
What do you guys wish to do?
I still want to collect any. I don't want to pluck him off him, but anything that had fallen off from his thing, any feathers and dust or whatever. I want to grab a handful of it and add it to my pouch.
Nice. You pull out some of the feathers on the ground. They're about 6 inches long. Nice, super soft and super slick. Like very feltish, or not felt. Look, the suede felty, really nice, soft. Like if you were able to get a lot of these and kind of like pack this like with a mattress, like this is like goose down feathers. Like these are like top tier probably. But you definitely detect a little bit just from your recent kind of spurt of Arcana. You can feel just a little bit of Arcana radiating from this. You don't know exactly, can't pinpoint exactly what specifically is from these feathers, but these seem a little bit of this creature may be magical. You're ascertaining from it. Looking over at the dust below where it had furled its wings, you see that there is this little shimmer of glitter that's been kind of mixed with dirt on the ground. If you want to scoop up the dirt with the powder type stuff.
Yep.
And it's got this almost like a white glitter dandruff with mixed with this pouch with this dirt, and you kind of scooped it in your pouch.
Can I try something a little weird here?
Yeah,
I
try
want
it,
to
please.
use my disguise self spell.
Okay.
And I'm still going to be myself, but I just want to change kind of my clothing and armor to be matching the feathers of this thing. So I'm still Finks, but I'm just changing my clothing
to kind of like flourish and kind of make it look
kind of imitate what he looks like. And then I want to take some of that gold dust and dirt and just kind of like try to smell like it.
Okay.
See if that. Also, I'm gonna put my torch out because I don't want to start a forest fire.
Thank you. I'm glad. Make a Constitution save for me.
All right.
As you go to pat this gold glitter and dust and kind of around your face to try and take the smell.
19.
You begin to feel a little drowsy, and you could go for another nap, and you're like, oh, no, I just took a nap. We just started our day. You kind of brush it off a little bit. But the creature kind of looks at you, kind of like trying to like rub up next to you, trying to like see if it can kind of like almost like an animal kind of like feel up and see if it can kind of rub off its scent on you too to try and ascertain and pull from yours.
I imitate him.
Cool. It is a little bit more playful now and backs up and kind of rears its head down and looks like it's gonna pounce at you playfully.
Okay, I'll let it. I'm playing along. Whatever he's doing.
It pounces at you. Its hands that have like these little claws on it, a little bit to come after, like almost like a little paw, but like a puppy, kind of like pawing at you. Comes at you. Do you attempt to make a dex save as it pounces?
No, I'll let it hit me.
No, pounces on you. It lands on you, knocks you on your back, and it is nuzzling its head into you, kind of like trying to butt your forehead softly. And as it does, it's brushing its arms up next to your face. I need you to make another Constitution check save for me.
That one is a good old natural 1.
Passed out, dude.
You see him go, thanks. You go to play with this little critter, and as it jumps on you, and you start to nuzzle with it, like, oh yeah, we're gonna wrestle, and you feel it. Some of this dust from its underneath its wings start to like get up in your face, and you feel tired, and you're out. You guys see Finks pass out as this creature
Get mauled by
kind
a
of.
raptor, and I'm like,
It just steps off back at you, goes, kind of just nudges you. You're out. For roll a d4 for me. I'll let you roll it.
4 days. All right. I rolled a 1.
1. It is 1 hour.
Okay.
Here's what we'll do. All right. Look at Remus and Howard, and I say, guys, we should probably get moving. I kind of like whatever this thing is. Should probably name it. I'm going to wild shape into it. Throw Finks on my back. We'll see if Vicky the Velociraptor here follows along with us. And, we'll take it as it is. But maybe if it's got a companion, it'll kind of walk with us. Can you guys, lead the way if I'm a Velociraptor carrying Finks on my back?
Oh yes, by all means. This should be fun and interesting.
I want to wild shape into the Velociraptor thing and have them throw Finks on my back, and we'll still continue on our path until he wakes up and the wild shape wears off. And
I love how Howard is like
I'll put
so
Finks on his
polite,
back.
but just so like, yeah, whatever. What are you talking about? It's like the most nonsensical plan ever. It's so great. Love it.
And I'll put Finks on Azoth's back and then motion towards Vicky the Velociraptor. Come now, Vicky, you are our new 5th member of the Faybala Five. Let's go.
I'm kind of like trying to see if Vicky
nudge him, yeah.
All right. So you turn into this creature that is Finks. How much do you weigh? Because you don't have heavy armor on, do you?
I'm 30 to 40 pounds. I'm wearing studded leather. I think I'm in light armor. But I do a shield if that matters.
I'll say this one. So Azoth, as you shrink into this 2.5 feet tall, fey feather coated Velociraptor, for better terms, to imitate Vicky, do you try to look the same color wise and everything as you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hold on.
Go on.
Are when it comes to like ducks, guys, what ducks are the female ducks, the duller ones or the brighter ones?
They're the duller ones, I believe.
Yeah, I think the males are the colorful ones.
So
Yeah.
if Vicky is bright, I'll be the opposite, like dull version of it. Clearly, I'll try and imitate the opposite gender of the.
Great. This is fun. All right. You shrink
I'm gonna
in.
whistle at Vicky as well too, like point over at Azoth.
It looks at you curiously. Just puzzled a little bit at the whistle noise, but you did feed it, so it's kind of looking at your hand still cautiously, kind of like you offered food, so it's kind of looking at you for more food. It is going to. Now it's distracted. It's looking at food, and it looks over now at the newly formed creature next to it, as it looks put back a little bit because this looks significantly different. With the muted looking colors, are you just like a solid base color, or are you trying to be muted and still colorful description?
Yeah, just like tone down a notch. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. So like the muted toned down colors, it looks puzzled, a little curious by what it is. But I'll say as Sphinx gets set on you, it feels a little hard, a little heavy, and your speed's at 25 while carrying him. So if you guys are trying to walk all together, you will notice that Azoth, as this little Velociraptor, it is trailing behind you guys. And you see that as you all had begun walking off, following roughly behind Azoth for half hour now, is the Vicky, the little Fey Velociraptor, kind of just trailing and at times perking its head up and looking off into the field that continues to stretch. Every now and then, you may run into over a little bit, run back out, following around behind you guys. Not coming up close enough yet. About an hour into this, she is this little, or not she, this Fey Velociraptor, this little thing, creature pops off into the tall grass as it perks up, noticing that the one creature riding it is beginning to wake up, and thinks you wake up, and you feel the you feel movement as you are riding on a very similar creature. Looking down, you're like, oh.
All right, I'm gonna go back to sleep. This is clearly not right.
All right. You guys keep traveling. At some point, this little velociraptor creature has stopped following, and it doesn't. You see the tall grass kind of ends after about an hour and a half of travel, and it doesn't leave that. You guys keep moving forward, but you would have noticed that it's not moving past this area. So, what do you guys do?
Try something real quick. I am going to grab a piece of the rope or string, whatever I have, and tie it to one of my rations. Take out Jarrell's wand and tie the rope to that, and use it as almost like a little fish bait thingy to kind of like trail the bait along us or the rations behind us to try to bait him to follow us. If that makes sense.
You toss it out, and how many feet from where the field ends? How many feet are you going to try and bait him out from?
I mean, I'm not gonna make it too long, like maybe 10 foot from me.
10 feet?
So
Okay.
yeah. And I'll go up to like towards the edge to kind of like
Fish it
get
in.
him near it, yeah, and then like drag it out. And
Yeah.
follows him.
You pull him. Make a dexterity check. As the minute food gets tossed in, it's running after it.
Okay. Ooh, nice. Straight dexterity is 17.
17 contested. Which modifier?
It was a +2.
+2.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
so
rolled a
that's
15
total.
+2. Yeah.
Oh, this is
I rolled a 15 +2.
Oh, this is a raw 17 plus more. Okay.
Oh, shit.
It quickly bites the rations and has it in its jaw now, wanting the food, and begins to fight and pull against on the string.
You're like, oh, we got one over here. And like, I'll try to fish him out. In a way.
Make a contested strength pull as you go to yank on this.
Ooh, 2.
As you go to pull, you feel the wand go out of your hand, and it grabs the ration and starts to scatter off into the field a little bit.
The wand goes trailing off too.
Yep, it goes trailing off.
Can I
Well,
make
Good riddance. That's
whatever,
what you deserve.
whatever call it is to see if it'll respond to the call of the creature? Ah!
Anthony's like, don't even roll. No.
Oh! This is it.
Left the DM there for a second.
Oh my god! Oh,
Let him roll. Let him roll.
Advantage,
Let
advantage.
him roll.
Advantage. I'll let you do deception or persuasion, your choice, with advantage. Oh my god!
All right, let's see here. We got
It wasn't just the noise; it was the face.
18.
You see, as it is in the field, the head pokes out at the call, goes, "Ow!" As it pokes its head out. The wand is over at the foot of the tall grass, the string leading into it. It's poking its head out and looking back at you.
Call again.
It's looking at you. It starts to walk its way over. The wand is at the side of the tall grass. It's walking over to you now. As it's trying to like butt up on you and kind of like rub against your side now.
And I'll move a little bit further up and see if it'll still kind of come with. Howard, I don't know if you want to grab the wand at this point, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll wait until like it passes by close enough where I can just go down and grab the wand without scaring him.
All right. Make stealth check as you sneak up to snatch this wand.
Okay. 15.
You creep up on this on the wand, trying not to startle the bird as you pass by it to cause a scene. And as you go to grab for the wand, it the rope goes and snakes into the tall grass. Well, 3 foot tall grass. You see it go and be pulled into the field.
so something else took it.
Supposedly.
Well, that's what you do, stupid wand. And I'm gonna just turn around a little bit frustrated and regroup.
All right.
Is Vicky still with us at this point? Is she kind of broken out of the staying trapped in the tall grass?
She after seeing at some point he has ascertained that you are not giving back the proper calls. It has now made its way back in, seeing the wand and almost hearing a call, kind of as if it is being called to something. You can see it kind of perk its head up as if being responsive, and it starts to trot back off into the tall grass now.
Keep moving on.
Your guys' call?
Yeah, we can keep going.
Nah,
Don't
I'm
want-
following it.
You're going after it?
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
Yes.
Are
Yes.
Are you still riding me? Am I like?
No, I'm jumping right off.
All right, cool. Sick. I'm gonna roll this dice for it. So you run into the tall grass.
Not only am I running the tall grass, I'm casting mirror image, so there's lots of me in the tall grass.
Sweet. 3 of
Although
you.
only
then,
one of me
total.
is pushing. the
Yeah.
tall grass around.
So only one of them goes pushing through, and you guys can now see there is a weaving passing through. Finks, you go running. Make a perception check with disadvantage, as all the tall is. This is you are shorter than this grass, and you're pushing through this, trying to run through, looking for where this creature went off to.
Wow, I actually did really well. 18 is my low number.
Okay. What are you guys all doing while he's running?
Howard's gonna be like, oh, there goes the goblin.
I'm going to follow him.
Yeah.
You go to follow him.
Yes, I'm going to dash and follow him.
All right. So the grass is 3 feet tall. Are you running above the grass, kind of like standing up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say you can't see Finks when he tucks into it. The grass is thick, and you can roughly see where his body is moving and weaving around. You can't
Okay.
see him directly. Okay.
Yeah.
About 50 feet into the tall grass, Remus, you lose a beat on Finks. On his passage. Finks,
Poop.
you begin running, and the tall grass is beginning to get taller and taller around you. And as you break through, you are looking at a spring oasis. And behind you is a magical forest
Oh, shoot.
where there is no tall grass. There are multiples of these little velociraptor creatures jumping into the pond in the little oasis area, swirling and swimming around.
Wow. Do I recognize the one I was chasing?
Yes, you could see it now running up to the top where there is you're looking at the oasis. It's a pond. It's not a pond. It's more like a little spring pool that is 50 feet in size, with a couple larger boulders, 5 feet tall boulders that are stacked up in various positions. So they're hopping up on amongst them and trapping up. And you can see this water falling from the top of it and hitting down. and there's seems to be no source of water coming from the top, from where it's being fed through. It's just ever pouring in, and they're jumping in, and you see the one at the very top, and jumps into the pool. It swims its way around, comes up, its coat all glistening, shakes it clean. You notice all of these creatures are all vibrantly different in colors. Some are done in shades of green with speckled blue feathers, and other ones are done all completely pink with spots of black polka dot feathered looking ones.
Okay. Are there any big ones or obvious leaders?
They all seem very scattered. They all are very similar in size and shape, though. None stick out.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go approach the one I followed in.
Okay.
And kind of like I don't even know how to. I want to let it lead me where it wants to take me.
You approach it as it pops out of the spring. It nudges up against you, kind of picking up on your scent, and runs up to the top of the spring. And it is a 15-foot drop into the water. As it looks, as I don't know if you followed up, but you see it look down, look over at you, and it hops into the water, swims around, comes up, and does it again. It's just it's at the pool and wants to jump off and into the water. It's playing.
Oh man. So are there any like I don't even know. Is there anything like keeping this part of the forest here? Are they drawn to like a certain like idol or anything like that?
No, and looking around, the forest now is heavy, thick pine trees, wooded area. It's not where you were, I will say.
Okay.
This forest is different, and you can see weird. Make perception check as you look around. I'll say by this point, Remus, what do you do, noticing that you can't spot Finks?
So I got a 13.
You see little pixies and little sprite-looking, neon lit little bugs and little maybe like fairies floating and buzzing around in collections and colonies off in the distance. In one direction, you see a herd of centaur running past by far off in the distance.
Anything that would speak common, to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge of here. Make a history check if you want to take a guess of where you are, if you don't have an idea.
That's a 5.
No, you don't know where you're at. You're definitely not Kansas anymore. What do you guys do? This is if you didn't instantly respond to not seeing Finks, let me know.
Well, I wasn't sure if how far away were Howard and Azoth from me.
If they stayed where they're at, they are We're looking 50 feet away from where you would have entered, and then you probably went another 25 feet or so, and then you lost him.
I guess I would keep going the direction I think he would go. Like I'd try and get lower to see if there was any sort of breaks or anything.
How low do you get?
Like below the grass line.
All right. You begin to get low and kind of start hunched over and start running through, kind of crawling and kneeing your way in and shorting it. And same time, this grass begins to get thicker and tougher and taller. And even as you begin to stand up, it's now above your height.
Huh.
Do you go forward still, or are you backing out?
No, I'll keep going.
You keep going. And just as where you start thinking about Finks, you pop out through this tall grass. You're like, whoa! Turning around quickly, you're looking at a pined forest.
Huh.
And you're looking at an oasis pool. Roughly about an hour has gone by, Finks.
Okay.
For you.
Are they just playing still? They're not doing
anything? These are just little critters that have been playing. They are just enjoying themselves.
Okay.
Looking down at the ground too, walking in and kind of taking it in. The ground kind of where you step, the grass kind of almost reacts to it as if it's partially alive, but not in a aggressive way. Just this place radiates creativity and life and difference.
Is there anything in the pool? I'm trying to like peer down to the bottom to see if I can see anything in there. Any passages or items?
The pool is 20 feet deep, and it is just like a deep, shallow. The ground is just a stony, patched earth ground at the bottom of it. There's no passages, just crystal clear water. Though you could see all the way directly to the bottom. You see different like bigger stones, thicker stones, some boulders too that are deeper, or that are like kind of more of at the base and kind of offset to the side. But no passages or anything.
So here's what I want to do. I want to fix my spells. I think that takes a long rest to change what I prepared for the day. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to start doing that, and I'm going to take one of my 3rd level spells and replace it with tongues, which basically allows a creature I touch to understand languages.
Okay.
I'm going to start preparing that while they're kind of playing.
Okay, you start preparing that. Howard and Azoth,
The moment I noticed Remus like duck down into the grass and start crawling, I would have started walking into the field and just kind of following.
okay. You kind of walk into the field, start following into the same direction.
Mhm.
Ducking a little bit to make your way in. Do you duck? I don't want to assume you do.
Eventually, when I notice that I can't find Remus anymore.
Yeah. So again, same thing happens with you. You duck and begin to make your way through, and again, this grass begins to become taller and outreached beyond your sight, and you stand up now and you're pushing through, and just as you're about to break through, you hear a voice just kind of hit you in your head. Ah, I didn't think I'd be seeing you. Well, if you find me, you owe me a wand. And you break through. You don't know what gave that to you, but something spoke to you.
Interesting.
You push through, and you now see Remus, who, real quick, Remus, what would you do while you're there? While you're seeing Finks with this pool and these creatures jumping and diving in. There's roughly 20 of these creatures.
I'd probably walk up to Finks cautiously and ask him what's going on. Or if he knows where we are.
We're somewhere special, and I'm doing what I can to communicate, but I'm going to need some time.
All right.
If you want to go back and find the others and let them know I'm safe, you can do that. If you want to wait here with me, you can do that too. But I don't think we should leave just yet.
I'll at least watch for a little bit to see what's going on here first before I leave you again.
Okay. And I'll continue my preparations.
Continue preparations. You pop out. You guys are waiting for about 3 hours, and Howard pushes his way through. It is now starting to hit twilight time. Whether or not that many hours has passed through actually, but you can see that the atmosphere is now at this dusk. The sun is almost setting, but not fully coming to a complete set. But you do sense a moon has begun to rise in one distance as you break through this tall grass. Again, spinning around. No tall grass to be seen, but now a giant pine forest with a oasis, watered spring, with these creatures jumping in and swimming around and playing and running up on these stones and jumping back in. You see Finks is sitting down, minding to himself, kind of pining over his possessions as he's deep in thought, as you have seen him do in preparation to his deity.
I'm gonna turn back around and see if I walk like in the same area where I just came from. If it's like a portal out.
How far are you willing to walk? before what's up?
I'll go quite a bit until I realize that either Finks or Remus are starting to get out of my line sight. And then I'll stop and turn back towards them.
You walk roughly 150 feet, if not less. Oh, you tell me, into this pined forest that isn't super dense, but there's roughly a pine tree, which you're looking up 50, 60, 70, who knows how tall. Reaching, you can see the night sky above it in between parts of the trees openings. There are these large, massive pine trees that their width is 30 feet in length, 30 feet in width as you're walking between and around about 150 feet. Make perception check.
18.
18. You hear a far off distant getting softer as something is stomping away, perhaps.
That can't be good. I'm going to make my way back towards Finks and Remus.
Turn back around. You hear, throughout the noises, you hear the buzzing of bees and little fairies and little critters and stuff zipping around above in the treetops too. There are fireflies starting to come out of between the trees, start to light, and you start to see them flicker on and around. It's still also dusk as the light begins to get darker, but yet still have this pinkish hue to the air. Azoth, they have been gone. Finks would have been about 10 minutes. Remus is about 5 minutes. Howard's about 2 minutes out.
And I've noticed like no movement in the grass. Like there's movement and it just stopped.
Now with your perception, you're looking. They're out.
Cool.
Do you want to go to Imperial City still?
No, I'm going to I'm going to wedge myself up against a tree that's nearby. I'm not going to go in. I'm going to sit down, and while I'm waiting, I am going to is it here? I'm going to cast my voodoo ritual, Converse with the Spirits.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to get a hold of Jarrell.
Okay. Ooh. Let me pull up your character sheet real quick. Is this in the notes?
Features and traits. Right above racial traits.
Features and traits. Racial traits. Okay.
Voodoo ritual.
Okay. Voodoo ritual. Grant you supernatural ability. Okay. You're going to converse with the spirits. So you're going to cast Speak with the Dead as a 10-minute ritual. All right. So if you do it this way, you do not need a corpse, but the spirit must be willing to communicate with you. Okay. So you want to cast a Speak with the Dead spell?
I do. I'm going to talk with Jarrell. Because we've had no beef together. He doesn't really know me.
All right. So how do you start to perform this ritual to you?
I will sit down and I will reach into my bag of bones that do not have the spells on them, and I will throw them out on the ground and ask the spirits to bring me Jarrell.
Okay. As you take the time to begin to cast this and call upon the spirits, trying to resonate with the ancient properties of the oak tree that once gave you a new chance, communing with it, you reach out towards the dead. And you do not connect with anything.
You don't know why. It could be that it's not dead. The creature, possibly soul or spirit, is taken elsewhere and is occupied and may not speak with you.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I'm just gonna hang out then.
okay.
Gonna hang out.
How long are you willing to hang out for?
It's still daytime, right?
Yeah. It's roughly probably around noon.
Noon?
About half day. Probably no, by now we'll say 2:00. Midday.
I will hang out for about until starting to be like nightfall.
Okay.
I'll kind of just put my feet up and kind of just, hang out, relax.
Okay. Awesome. And with that, guys, we're going to pick up there next week as Azoth begins to take a pack up for the night and just kind of basically try and do a night's watch, waiting for the return of his companions. They are at this oasis, Finks in meditation, in the process to obtain a new spell or swap out a spell after a long rest. Remus and Howard, before we wrap up tonight and we take a pause there, is there anything that you would do?
I would let Remus know, and Finks as well too, of the giant sounds in the distance. So we might want to find a way out of here as soon as we can. And also, possibly Jarrell might not be dead.
Well, we didn't see his body, so
You didn't hear his voice, just so you know.
Oh, it wasn't his voice.
No, it was not his voice. No,
Okay, never mind.
no. This was a charming, charismatic, super, shopkeeper, extravagant, kind of a cheerful, like, please come and get me if you can, persona,
Okay,
but not
then
Jarrell's.
The owner of the wand is apparently here, and well, first of all, fuck that wand. He was a total douche. But I am curious about finding this owner and maybe getting one of my own.
huh. I'm gonna study the dagger some more. I can't tell if it's actually worthless or I just don't know anything about it.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling these guys, and I'll probably ask Howard to see if it's magic or anything, or if Finks can check that out.
I'm mostly ignoring the two of them.
He's ignoring me. Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I can check it, but I don't have a identifier or anything on it. So
That's okay.
If you wish to make a check, I'll let you make a check. It's up to you.
Just like an Arcana check or what?
Sure. Make an Arcana check.
That's 16.
16. Nothing magical coming from this.
I don't seem to get any kind of magical vibe from it. It
Sad.
might just be a decorated piece.
I think it is too. Oh well.
Oh, well.
Till then, guys, we'll pick up there next week. Thank you so much for my players. We'll see where our players currently have found themselves wandered off to with this watering hole oasis in the middle of a pine forest. Somewhere definitely not near Azoth, chilling by this tree near the tall grass. Pick up there next week. I was your Dungeon Master, Anthony Mullen. Thank you so much, everyone. If you're watching in still, if you're listening in, I appreciate this. You do so much for us. Please share this, enjoy the show, and recommend a friend to it if you would for us. I'm going to let my players sign off and make sure you check them out and their content through social media. Mark, Azoth, where can I catch you, man?
Catch Azoth on Twitter at Podcasters Azoth, and you can catch me on Instagram at the.mark.716. Yeah.
Catch him. Mark did this wonderful Faybala 5 logo that is above us over here. It is killer. I love it. I was like, oh yeah, man, sure. If you want to whip something up, cool. And then I got this kick-ass piece of art. I love it. It's beautiful. And it is, the party needed this. So if you are looking to commission him out, I'm sure he has a commission list of sorts that he could work with you. Up next, Danny. Let them know.
Danny Chavez. You can follow me on where am I at? Facebook and Instagram. Ratfink Arts, RATPHINC Arts. You can also check out Howard on Twitter at PodcastersH because Twitter dropped the Howard part for whatever reason. And then also me and Anthony do our little side gig underneath the Podcasters umbrella, Roll for Wisdom, where we like to discuss nerdy things about D&D. So check us out there.
Don't add us, though.
Don't add us. Yes, we are not professionals, so don't add us.
Finks, let them know.
You can find Finks at Twitter at PodcastersFinks. You can add him, if you want. He wouldn't. But you can also find me on Instagram at Phoenix Forged, where I do my miniature painting.
Sweet, check him out. He's got some wicked painting. He did some nice resin work with a what's the army that you're doing with the It's not the Reds.
Demons of Zinch, kind of like the evil wizard demons of the Warhammer universe.
Nice. They look nice. I like the theme that you did, and inspired me to start trying to mess around with a little bit of resin and water effects. It's really cool. But check his work out, follow him, show him support, and finally, to sign off with us, Remus, our favorite rogue. Ricky, what's up?
I'm Ricky Coates. I play Remus, the Soul Knife Rogue on Podcasters. You can find Remus at Podcasters Remus on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rick_Coates. That's it. That's all I got today.
Well, guys, make sure, please go on over there, follow them, hit up our Teespring. Link is below. Purchase the shirt. Help support the stream. Help support the YouTube page. We like to put out more content on a more ready consistency. So if you do that, it'll help us do that. So, you help us out, we help you out. Till then, guys.
Yeah.
Keep rolling.